his family member, and he wanted to leave that with you. But the only requirement that you could get it is that you have to speak the language of the people where he was at. He said, now how many of you would learn that language to get that 5 billion? You would learn right what they speak. You would speak that language and come there. Where I sign at. Give me my money. You would do it. But Allah has left you. With Muhammad the Prophet have left you the Quran with the most powerful expression for a human being to manage the whole world. And your life in the world. And all he tells you to do is learn the language of this book. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. And certainly we have created the human being in toil and struggle. Struggle to get it. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Certainly we have made the Quran very, very easy for you to learn and understand. Is there anyone who might? ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله ويغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير. To Allah belongs everything that's in the heavens and the earth. And whether you reveal what is in your souls or hide it, Allah is going to call you to account according to it. He forgives whom He wants. He wills. And He punishes whom He wills. And He has power over everything. Dear beloved Muslims, believers in Islam, Allah knows the very intricate things of your soul. Every atom that has been created and subatomic atom, He did it. Every atom, every molecule, every drop of blood that makes up your individual biological life, that makes up your spiritual life, your soul life, there's nothing in it hidden from God. That great brain you got sitting on top of your shoulder, guess what? Allah created it. It ain't working for you right now? Do you think if you pray to Allah, He can make it work? I'm just asking the question. Allah holds up the heavens and the earth without any pillars that you see. This is what Imam Muhammad said. He said, Allah said He holds up the heavens and the earth without any pillars that you can see. He said, you see the Quran said you see the bird floating in the air, nothing holding him up. He said, now Allah holds up this big earth that holds you up. Why don't you think that He can't hold you up? He holds up the whole earth. And we walk around and head down, and Muslims catching, see what's going on. Head rolling in the ground, whining, as if there's no Allah. And foreclose my property, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. They repossessed my car the other day. My wife left me. Children on drugs. I'm about to get on with myself. I just don't know what to do. Pray! I don't know. I've been praying. They ain't answered nothing. What kind of prayer you been making? God says, فَاصْبِرْ إِنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ لَا يَسْتَخِفَّنَّكَ الَّذِينَ لَا يُوقِنُونَ. patience and perseverance. Surely the promise of God is true. And do not let those who are weak in faith deter you from your strength and holding yourself up. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. Seek assistance from God through patience and prayer. It is a difficult thing to do, except for those who humble themselves to God. Fear God. Dear beloved Muslims, this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day for us. What operates you and me is the will of God. When God said, "Kun fayakun," be, and it is, you was in that be. You was in that be. You was in that kun. Well, how you know that? You wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to you if you wasn't. Imam Muhammad said one time, he asked a question. He said, "Where were you 2,000 years ago?" He said, "I'll tell you where you were. You was on your way here." Now think about that. I didn't know that. Well, think about it. Because if you wasn't on your way here 2,000 years ago, guess what? You wouldn't be here. And your journey wasn't by yourself. There were millions of other little wiggly little sperm things swimming with you in a dark tunnel without a big flashlight or globe trying to, "Come on, follow me." None of that. You just going. You didn't drive a car. You just had a head, a little body, and a swimmy tail. Swim. Gotta get the life, man. Gotta get the life. Going out the life. Moving. And when you hit the mark, bam! Everything's shut down. Nobody else can get in, just you. Just you, sitting right here on the floor, a successful sperm today. You swam the uphill climb. You swam it, and you made it. Now, it wasn't that, that wasn't it. You had to work on developing in the dark. Still operating in the dark. And you grew and grew and grew, and Allah called you forth into the light. So the same Allah who created you in that form is creating you in this form. Allahu Akbar. Yeah. Oh, the Quran is so wonderful. Allah says, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ سُلَالَةٍ مِنْ طِينٍ. Certainly we created the human being from a sulalata, an extract of clay. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاهُ نُطْفَةً فِي قَرَارٍ مَكِينٍ. Yeah. ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاهُ نُطْفَةً فِي قَرَارٍ مَكِينٍ. Then we made it and placed it in a journey in a large established place. فِي قَرَارٍ مَكِينٍ. Made it in a firm place. Established it. Now as a sperm, God established you. Then, just, you know, the sperm is the smallest cell in the human body. The smallest cell. That gives the biggest trouble. Yeah. Now, it says he comes in open dispute. After being made from it, then he comes up and, well, I don't know about all this God stuff. Well, you need to read your history book on how you individually got here. Why am I saying this? Your history book is the Quran. The book for your life is the Quran. And it has made you to be able to express yourself in a clear way, even though you're under pressure. And I'm going to conclude on this, because this is a lot to think on. And I want you to think. I don't want you to go here without thinking. Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he received revelation, And it said that he was pressed, squeezed. Said read. Can't do it. He was pressed again. And released. Read. Iqra. Couldn't do it. Pressed again. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your guardian Lord who has created. Now, there's a lot of ways that this has been expressed. But Imam Muhammad put it this way once. He said, Muhammad the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was being put under a lot of pressure and being pressed what was already in him to begin to read. See, the Quran was already in him. Revelation was already in him. It was already created in him. Aisha radiallahu anha, when the man asked, what is the life of the Prophet? She said, have you not read the Quran? كان خلقه القرآن. كان خلقه القرآن. He was خلقه in his creation, in his morals, nature, the Quran. And they translate, well, he was a walking, living Quran. Yeah, but the word khulaq, we'll, inshallah, if we have time during this weekend, we'll study some of these terms so you'll understand. The word khulaq is from khalaqa. Khalaqa. You know khalaqa? It means he created. Khulaq is the highest development of that khalaqa. That's why it says in the Quran, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. You, Muhammad, have been established on the highest standard of greatness. خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. So here's the same term talking about Muhammad in his character. And you have to understand his character is out of his biological character, his moral character, his spiritual character, etc. That his walking life, his human life. What about his human life? This is what I want you to understand. What about the human life of Muhammad the Prophet? He stayed true to his creation. Never did he deviate. We're followers of him, but we don't have that perfection of him. No. He stayed true to his. And Allah rewarded his loyalty. He stayed true in an environment of peer pressure. He was on a lot of peer pressure from family members and friends, everybody. Did he handle it? You read the history, he handled it well. And he would look in that environment and see it's so terrible environment. He had to leave out of the environment into the desert, up into the mountains just to get some peace and quiet. And think on his Lord. And in one of those default thinking of how to correct this situation, because look at this. Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he loved humanity. He loved it. You need to read on Muhammad more. Allah says it in the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a what? A mercy to all the world. This is Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So his mission, his delivering of this message was because he himself loved humanity so much that it took a man of mercy to be kind and honorable to help us bad behaving human beings out. And did they punish him for that? Yes, these bad human beings. And here's a man whose nickname was El-Amin. His nickname was Sadiq. Very honorable man, very decent man, even before he got a revelation.